wish I could just echo everything that Angela just said. She's an incredible speaker, and it's a challenge to follow her. As young women, Alexa and I do navigate the transit system on a regular basis and experience very much a sense of needing to be very guarded, of needing to be aware of our surroundings, of needing to know where the exits are, of needing to observe the behaviors of people that seem like they could potentially be a problem. And that does severely impact our mobility in the city and our rights and freedoms as citizens.
So we started our project largely as an initiative to try to bring a voice to people who feel like maybe they didn't have an outlet to tell their stories. And we knew that there were a lot of informal stories about this topic being told. We talked to friends and acquaintances, and we knew that a lot of people were experiencing the same things that we were, but we wanted to get those stories and collect them in one place where we could find themes and we could find trends. And it's obvious that it's something that really needs to be addressed and that needs to be confronted. And through this initiative, there are many new resources that people can become aware of that maybe they didn't feel comfortable reporting before. Whereas now with the text alert system, if someone feels intimidated, which is often a huge factor to underreporting, there's a more discreet way to go about it where they feel like they won't necessarily escalate to violence, which is really important.
Awareness was a really important mandate of our blog, of the project that we did. But it wasn't the only thing we wanted to do. Certainly, we're very grateful that that awareness was in a way reached and that we have been able to start a relationship with the transit police. It's been extremely gratifying to us as activists. But the other component that our blog needs to serve and will continue to serve is creating space for the stories to be told. These are really important, pivotal moments in the lives of the people who submit them to us. Almost all of them end with a story about how, or a piece of narrative that suggests that they no longer feel comfortable on the transit system, they no longer feel free to use it, that many have even purchased cars to avoid the public nature of transit, and that's wholly unacceptable to us. So to have space where someone can tell their story and release that sort of emotional baggage and say, this happened to me, and to have other people say this happened to me too, has been quite, I don't want to say, it certainly is not intended to replace actual therapy, but it has been therapeutic for a number of people who submitted, I think.
And having an audience as well can be very empowering, and know that there are other people who have experienced the same thing and who want to change it can hopefully make a huge difference. So with collecting the stories, we hope that even just the discussion and the public awareness makes people more comfortable in mitigating what's going on.
Absolutely. I think that about sums it up, but we are very grateful to see that or very gratified to see that the transit police are taking the issue of sexual violence on the transit system exceptionally seriously. Had a wonderful ongoing relationship with a number of constables on the force who read our blog constantly and follow up with anybody who submitted and says they have a description of a suspect or a photograph. Several cases have been opened as a result of the blog, and it really does sort of send home the message that these sorts of initiatives are important and they do make changes and they do improve lives, and that's something we're really happy to be a part of.